Alright, this is a quick video on how to update your Shepherd controller to our latest FeedMax version 9. There's two parts to the upgrade. One part is the wiring that needs to be changed, and the second part is the software upload, which you do with the little chip provided. First thing is we need to do is take a piece of wiring off the unit. Now this piece of wire looks like this section here, and it will be connected to this pole on the contactor. So that particular, we need to take that nut off, take the little piece of wire off that goes around, and it joins into the 5th pin. It's a red wire into the 5th pin on your internet device. So just counting up from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we take that wire out completely, and it looks like that. It will have an eyelet on one end. Next job is to take your cover out, loosen the screws in each of the 4 corners. And there we go, that's off. Inside the wiring. Okay, now the wire that we need to put in here, and I generally use that piece of wire because it's already trimmed at one end. I will cut it, and the wire that needs to go in, it needs to join into the breaker, which is this red wire here. All right, so that particular red wire is the one that we want to do. So it needs to we loosen this screw on the contactor, on the breaker, put it in with the other wire that's in there, and then it loops around to input 8. We got a line there, so we loosen the screw, put it in, and put in input 8, and then just double check by pulling on the wires to make sure they don't come out. So that's got a solid contact signal. The next wire that we need to put in, and on this particular unit it's been wired in series with all of our outputs down the bottom, so Q6, Q5, Q4, etc. as we go along. So going to the top, what we need to do is take a wire and take a power feed. So this is a constant 24 volts. We need to put a red wire in, take it all the way down, tuck it around the side. We need to come around into here and put it into Q6 on the Q6 on the left hand side. So we're going into that side. So that there has got 24 volts coming from, bringing it around and putting it into the top bar. Okay, the last bit of wire we need to do is the Q6. So along here we've got Q6 on the right hand side. All right, we're going to put a piece of wire in there. It needs to come out through either of these glands, so you just loosen it off. I generally use the left hand side one because it's easier to get at, it's less wires in it. Poke the wire through, loosen the nut, poke the wire through the gland and loop it back around, and it has to go into this point here. Okay, so we need to put it back into the 5th pin from the bottom, all right, on that particular bar. Now that completes the wiring component once you've got those 3 pieces of wires done. So just recapping, we take the wire off the contactor. We can trim that wire back and use it to take power off the breaker around onto the input 8. Okay, so that's where we need to have that input. We then take a 24 volt feed wire, bring it down and put it into the left side of Q6. Then we get another wire out of the right side of Q6, bring it down through the gland and back around into the terminal bar and screw it back into the 5th pin from the bottom. And so that's the one we're looking at right there. And that completes the wiring. I'll do another video on how to upload the software that's done with our upload chip right here.